The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley.
Number 26.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shoot.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Footing likely going to be an issue all night here on a rainy night, but this one is good.
Makes this Washington 7, Giants nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Number 26, Saquon.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The tackle made by...
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
1-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. 11 yards there, 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Operating from the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. Complete 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 14. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6.
7. Giants 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead.
Makes the score Giants 13, Washington 7.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 13. Slings this deep from the... This is caught inside the 15. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. They'll try the left side. Gibson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. They run the counter. It's Gibson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up third and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this puts him on top by a penny. It's 14-13.
Makes this Washington 14. Giants 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Saquon Barkley. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 36, 16 yards, a first down. First down, Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Looking to throw. Jones. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion. And what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And oh, deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a special teams mistake on a long punt return.
And think about the momentum that leaks out after that play, right? It's built up, terrific return. Everyone's excited, but that flag on the ground can bring it way, way back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he'll find McLaurin this time as that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. It's caught inside the 25. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play, and facing a second and long. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going for it all. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Incomplete in the end zone. He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The final shot before break. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Looking for Shepard deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field. So under a heavy rush, and down he goes. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
2nd and long. Finding room at the 30. That one is slant to McLaurin. And all the way up to the 31-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Third down.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on third. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Now Jones on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Barkley, toss play left. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
He was taken down.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
2 yards.
Defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
8 yards to go on second down. It's Barkley on the counter. And they'll get this down to the 10. 12 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock. 56.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Now a toss right to Barkley. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And Washington is able to come up with a goal line stand. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Credit Julian Love with a pass breakup.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now in his own end zone. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Got to be careful here, backed up this deep on 3rd down. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
First down, Washington.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run the counter. It's Gibson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll roll him out right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Washington on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Big hold of the 30. Open man is Sims. He's got it. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And the Washington first down.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
play fake here on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 28. 23 yards the pickup there. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. They'll run on first down. Gibson. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. They'll drop to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
First down. It's Gibson. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run-pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Jones throwing on first down. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. The 20, and now off to the races down the right side. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet. Hold on, there is a flag down. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 12 on the year. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
Makes this Washington 34, Giants 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Barkley on first down, going to work his way forward only for about a couple there.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Barkley again. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Shepard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Well, we know he has pretty good hands on display there. In fact, he only needed one of them.
Yeah, nowadays, all these receivers work on this, right? They do the one-handed catches off the machine in practice. They do it with their quarterbacks. They do it contested, uncontested. They make it part of their repertoire.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. On first down, House. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Touchdown, Washington.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Tonight's finals, Washington.
So it's a statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that